Looking back on the recent My Little Pony movie, I can still find plenty of elements which make it worth a rewatch. The animation is still a major upgrade compared to the show. Certain musical segments are still very catchy. And there's plenty of character moments which get funnier every time I go back and watch them. But the Storm King has always been an element who, while he does have some quirky moments, doesn't really add much to the overall story. He doesn't give off anywhere near as threatening an aura as Tempest. He doesn't have any deep motivations aside from, oh, look how cool it is to have all this power. And he's pretty much soundly defeated at the end, making it very unlikely that he'll be making any other appearances in future seasons or films. But after having some discussion with a fan who suggested a few ideas, we figured, there may have been a fairly easy fix for all of this. And it has to do with another issue I see in the film. Twilight's journey to seek out the hippos, as Celestia pleads her to do, yields almost nothing by the end. Aside from picking up a few allies along the way, Twilight really doesn't gain anything specific to help her defeat the villains during the climax. Instead, she used the same friendship speech that she's always used in the series. But what if the Storm King and his followers were hippogriffs? The movie could follow pretty much all of the same story beats, except when the main six discovered the Sea Ponies, there'd be a revelation that Queen Novo and the Storm King were once united, ruling over their kingdom in harmony, until disagreements arose over how to use their magical pearl. You could still have the Storm King and his followers taking over neighboring lands, until Queen Novo and her followers decided to put a stop to it. There'd be a civil war, and the Queen would take the pearl and her followers out of reach of the Storm King. Thus, he would be desperate to find a new source of magic to keep his power intact, making promises to a young Tempest with the aim of taking over Equestria, and everything could then fit together from there. Not only would this give vastly more motivation and plot relevance to the Storm King himself, but also to Princess Skystar for coming back with Twilight in order to face her father. There could be a theme about broken families, which, to be honest, the MLP show hasn't touched on quite as much as they could have just yet. And in my opinion, would have given a lot more weight to the final conflict. On the other hand, it would also be drawing screen time away from both Twilight and Tempest, as they wouldn't be given as much focus in the story. But for anyone who is hoping to see the MLP movie leaving more of an impact on a general audience and not just on longtime fans of the series, I think this is the kind of change which would have benefited the film on the whole. Not to mention giving the Storm King, Princess Skystar, Queen Novo, as well as the rest of the hippogriffs much more of a reason to come back in future seasons and films. What do you think, though? Would it have made sense to give the Storm King much more relevance to the plot? Would connecting the Sea Ponies with the main villains in this way have made for a better climax? Let me know, because as always, I am Dr. Wolf, and I look forward to hearing from you.